So my friend from Amsterdam gets bold and tries to pass 4 people on the Ha Giang Loop, immediately goes around the curve, slams on his brake, flies over his handlebars, eats shit, and embarrasses the hell out of himself and watches his life flash before his eyes. Alright, I know that that's not the story you wanted to hear when you come to listen about motorcycling Vietnam, but that's something you need to hear, because that's something that happens. People get into accidents when they motorcycle Vietnam. You're headed there, you've decided to motorcycle the whole country, you are in for the journey of a lifetime. Traveling Vietnam via motorcycle is exhilarating, exhausting, intimidating, scary, and something you will remember for the rest of your life. There are no laws on the road, and you just have to watch out for everything that you do. It will completely alter your entire experience. Here's why. First off, you're gonna get to see way more of the country than nobody else is gonna get to see. The majority of people pop from bus to bus to bus, train to train to train, and they miss everything in between. You, however, are going to see everything in between. You're going to have the ability to pull over. You're going to have the ability to see places that nobody else has seen. And therefore, you're going to make memories that nobody else is going to have. And your Vietnam experience is going to be way cooler and way more fun than just taking night bus after night bus after night bus. It is dangerous. I'll say that again. It is dangerous. People drive like maniacs in Vietnam. And motorcycles are not allowed on the freeway. And so you're having to take these back roads all over the country. And so therefore, it slows you down. When your GPS says 8 hours somewhere, it's going to take you longer. Everything is going to take you longer when motorcycling Vietnam. You're gonna have to stop for gas. You're gonna have to stop for food. You're gonna have to just take a break because it's hard being on a motorcycle. And you start to feel dirty, man, because you're just getting all this road debris on you. You're getting caught in different weather. And it's just tough. It's exhausting motorcycling Vietnam. It will take it out of you. Something bad is going to happen to your motorcycle. You're going to blow out a tire. It's going to break down. Your license plate is going to fall off the back. Your rear view mirror is going to fall off. Your handlebars are going to get bent. Something crazy is going to happen to your bike. All of those things happened to mine. I got caught in the rain going from Hue to Da Nang. I'm talking torrential downpour, homies. Torrential downpour. My motorcycle breaks down right on the highway in the middle of nowhere. Thank goodness I was with 2 other friends who could help me get it to a mechanic so that we could actually get it fixed. But it is destined to happen. These motorcycles have thousands upon thousands of kilometers put on them. They've been rented by tourists from all over the world. They've had the absolute piss beat out of them. And more than likely, yours is going to break down. You will have to get the oil changed. Do not forget to get the oil changed. They will tell you this. In fact, they're gonna tell you, oh, you need to get it done every 700 kilometers or whatever. My kilometer gauge didn't even work on my motorcycle, so I just had to guess. It's cheap. Get it done cheap. It should only cost like 200K dong, 150K dong. Don't pay more than that. Make sure that your motorcycle is taken care of because you don't want to blow the damn thing up in the middle of the mountains because you didn't get the oil changed. I was coming back from Ha Giang back to Hanoi. Super long drive, super exhausting drive. And I got lost coming back in Hanoi, ended up in some other town. And as I'm cruising back on the highway or the freeway or whatever it was back into Hanoi, I noticed there was some traffic, and I'm telling you, it's dangerous. And as I'm pulling through traffic, there's just a body laying in the road. He was a motorcyclist, had like one of the skimpy grab helmets on. He was dead in the middle of the road. I drove right past him. Super eerie. I'll never forget looking down, seeing the look on the dude's face. His shoe was knocked off, but people were just driving past him. There was just a body in the road. I don't say this to deter you. I say this so you know what you're getting into. This channel is about real traveling and telling you what time it is. I'm not here to BS you. It's scary, man. It's scary driving in the city. Vietnam is just nuts. It's just nuts. You will see when you get there to Saigon, Hanoi, people drive like animals. You will become acclimated to it very quickly, however. If your motorcycle does break down, it does have any problems, like I said, ring the person you rented it from. More than likely, they know people in every city as it's very popular. Vietnam is a rider's paradise. It's super popular to go to Vietnam and motorcycle the whole country. They will bargain with the person who's going to fix your motorcycle. Nothing that happens to your bike is going to be outrageous. And in fact, anything that happened to mine, they covered the cost of it when I returned it back into Saigon. So I rented it in Hanoi and dropped it back off in Saigon. I rented it for 30 days. It cost me $270 US. I don't know how much it'll cost you. Some people paid more, some people paid less, but I feel like that's a pretty good deal. Less than $10 a day, and I had transportation the entire time. Here's a cool story. We were in Da Nang, and we knew that we had a long trip down to Nha Trang. It was like 12 or 13 hours, and it's supposed to be a boring motorcycle drive. The further south you get in Vietnam, the less exhilarating the landscape becomes. I will tell you this. It doesn't mean that the cities are any less fun. The less exhilarating the landscape comes. We were tired. We were going to scuba dive in Nha Trang the next day. And so what we did is we took our motorcycle to the train station. We paid 500,000 dong and shipped it down to Nha Trang. Here's the cool story. They emptied all the gas into little gallon jugs, and we carried the gasoline through Da Nang and sold the gas to these random people, random Vietnamese people on the side of the road, for more than we paid for it after we took it out of our motorcycle. I'll always remember that. We were carrying gallons of gasoline through Da Nang, selling gas to Vietnamese people, and we sold it. It was cool. So we ended up loading up our motorcycles. They'll put like cardboard and everything around it, and we sent it down to Nha Trang, and we picked them up there like the next day or the day after, but I think it was just the next day. So you can do that. You can ship your motorcycle. Do not let them tell you otherwise. And if you need a break, it's not a bad thing to do. I got to drive the motorcycle on an abandoned beach in the middle of nowhere. You can check that out on my YouTube. Check it out on my Motorcycling Vietnam. It's the very last clip. It was one of the coolest things that I've ever done in my life. Me and my two friends that I've met from Denmark, we pulled over, we saw this beach, we drove them down the steps, drove down the beach like as the waves are crashing. We're driving into the water, and it's just there's nobody on this beach, and nobody else can say they did that. You're gonna meet tons of backpackers, you're gonna meet tons of people that are traveling through Vietnam, but nobody is riding a motorcycle down the beach. This is only an experience you can have if you're motorcycling Vietnam. It's these little quirky things that you're going to get to do when you have your own motorcycle that nobody else is going to get to do, and it's going to make your trip that much more special. And you're gonna have that much more to talk about, and you're just gonna be like confident, you know what I'm saying? You did something that nobody else did, because driving to Vietnam is scary. Anybody who says it's not is crazy. It's absolutely nuts driving. And this is a little thing that we would have never gotten to do. Who gets to drive a bike on the beach in Vietnam? Come on. Okay, so you park your bike at your hostels. Most people, they will rent a motorcycle from the hostel or whatever. A lot of people won't even do that because they're just too scared to drive around one. So it gives you that advantage. You're pulling up to a hostel, you have transportation. Nobody else has transportation. You know, and people are having to walk, but you're getting to go out. You're getting to go out and see the city. You're getting to go out and ride around and get Vietnamese food and go to the store and go do all these things that other people can't do. I remember being in Ha Long Bay. I'm motorcycling in Ha Long Bay. It's at nighttime, man. There's a beautiful bridge in Ha Long. It lights up. You got Sun World, the Ferris wheel up on the mountain. And I remember cruising over this bridge at nighttime, seeing the Ferris wheel all lit up and seeing all the lights of all the boats in Ha Long, and just thinking, this is incredible. I'm the only foreigner that I saw that got to do that. It's these little things that were going to make your experience, man. It's these taking the left turn or taking the right turn or even getting lost or stopping at these little family Vietnamese restaurants on the side of the road or whatever it might be that is just going to change everything for you because you have transportation and it's up to you. Now, with this being said, you are on a tight schedule, bro, because you're having to drive long distances. You're going to get caught in the rain. I got caught in the rain bunches of times. It sucks, but the rain is warm. It sucks getting caught in the rain, but the rain is warm. If you're watching this video now, it's because you're going to Vietnam soon, and it's coming on monsoon season. You're gonna get caught in the rain. It's going to be okay. You'll get caught in the rain. You're not gonna melt. It's gonna be fine. My bike broke down every time I got caught in the rain, though. I have no idea why. My bike just broke down. Don't let it deter you. I got caught in the torrential rain in Ha Long. I'm talking, I've never been so soaked in my life. And be careful, because when the roads are wet, the tires will just slide right out from underneath you. Your bike will fall over, your handlebars get bent. It can be fixed. Whatever damage happens to the motorcycle, if you have to settle up in the end, is not going to be that expensive. They can get the parts. Everything can be taken care of. People are wrecking these motorcycles left and right, getting pretty messed up, but it's not like you're gonna have to pay thousands of dollars. So you can choose to buy the motorcycle or you can choose to rent it. A lot of people will buy the motorcycle and then sell it in the South, and I've actually heard stories where people have bought them in the North, rode them the entire country, and sold them for more than they actually paid for them in the North, in the South. So it just depends. I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to have that risk on my hands, so I just went ahead and rented the bike and returned it. Like I said, it was less than $10 a day, and I didn't have to worry about it. I could return it when I was done. It's off my hands. It's on to the next traveler. But this is an idea. You will see these posts on Facebook. I highly recommend joining some Vietnam travel pages on Facebook. You'll see these people posting bikes for sale, bikes for sale. They'll give you a card even if you want to take it to another country. All of them should have your phone holder on them, a rack, mirrors. Make sure that your bike is decked out and is in good condition before you rent it. There's plenty of people renting motorcycles. There's plenty of places renting motorcycles. Don't settle for the first one if it's a piece of shit, because you're gonna have it for the entire month. As I said, it is exhausting. It is exhausting. You're doing long trips. Your day trips are normally 8 hours, 6 to 8 hours, hundreds of kilometers. You know, it's very, very tiring, but like the experience is way better. And I'll tell you this, it is tiring, but yo, I'm 6'2", 205 pounds, homie. Cruising in these damn sleeper buses, I am way too big. They are way too crowded. They drive like a bat out of hell, and I didn't get any sleep. We took the night bus from Da Nang to Nha Trang, and I motorcycled the next day, and I'm talking I was a zombie. I was like passed out on the boat, headed out to scuba dive because I didn't get any sleep. Those things are uncomfortable as hell. I'm not 5'2", you know, so me getting any sleep in there was not an option. There's like people sleeping in the floorboard. It's packed like sardines. They're beeping their horn. They're stopping left and right. It's not an enjoyable experience. I didn't have no VIP sleeper bus, so I can't speak on that, but the sleeper bus that I did take was awful. I would have much rather motorcycle taken 2 days and gone to Nha Trang that way than have taken that sleeper bus. Even though we did cover ground, it sucked. I'm not gonna lie. Having your own means of transportation in each little city is going to make you the man. You're gonna pull up in the hostel or whatever, like I said, and there's gonna be people who wanna roll with you. Yo, can you take me here? Can you just take me on a ride? Because a lot of people are just scared to drive in Vietnam, and understandably so. But you're gonna be the man showing up on your big motorcycle or whatever at the hostels. You're gonna be able to go anywhere, try all the food, get the real experience, and then get directions from the hostel owner on where to go. A lot of people taking Grabs, taking Ubers or whatever it might be. You don't have to do any of that because you have your own means of transportation. I highly recommend, if you're going to Vietnam and you're thinking about motorcycling in Vietnam, that you do it. Because once you get over the initial fear, and once you get over like the anxiety of the traffic and the horns beeping and everything in between, you're coasting. You're going to just recognize the flow of energy. And that's what I'll say about Vietnam. It's all about flow of energy. You don't stop, you don't break, you just you just look out, you beep your horn, people know you're there, you know they're there, and you just go and do your own thing. So if you're considering motorcycling in Vietnam, the answer is hell yes. Do it. Do the whole country. Know it's going to be a trek. Know that your experience is going to be way cooler once you do this. You're going to have like memories to talk about for a lifetime, and it's just going to be way more fun, way more exhilarating. I can't say it enough. So if you're thinking about it, do it. These are my tips. This is JoshBeTravelin. Like, comment, and subscribe, baby. Let's go for more content. All right, I'm out.